Hey everyone, fall is here. And what happens when fall shows up is we are behind, we're still catching up from the year. So what do? I go to my favorite go-to gal, Lanz from the Fresh 20. Fall is here.
It's the best time.
Comfort food.
It is comfort food, and it's your ovens are back on again. We're coming out of summer, and we're getting into roasting and braising. And today we're going to look at how we can kind of take a couple steps and get prepared at the beginning of the week so that we can use some of this great fall produce. But fall is a little bit more about just bringing out the flavors of the food through roasting, and there's so much nutrition in what we're going to make today.
One thing that you've said before with us is you say always you have to prepare.
Yes.
Talk to us about what you're making first of all.
Sure. So this is going to be a pumpkin and butternut squash soup.
Okay.
And what I mean by prepare is, sometimes you see the cute little pumpkins in the grocery store, or you see the squash, and you think, oh, it's just too much effort to put into it. But it's really an hour at the beginning of the week. Roast some vegetables, roast your pumpkin, butternut squash. You can roast onions, broccoli, cauliflower. You can put it all on one baking sheet and roast it at one time. And then you can use those things throughout the week. So this is butternut squash, and what we did is we just cut it open. We took we scooped the seeds out, and then we cut it into pieces and roast it. But the best thing is you can use it as a snack.
Oh, I love that.
So it's really simple and easy to do this. It just takes that planning, that preparation.
Okay.
If this is prepped in advance, so easy to blend it up into a soup, and then you have that. A cup of soup is so much better for you than grabbing a bag of chips.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do
soup.
this. We're gonna do this. So this has been roasted at 375 for about 40 minutes, right? And then I've got some vegetable stock over here because we're gonna make this soup vegetable. Let's start getting this squash. And I love just the simplicity of this. This recipe right here uses 1 pie pumpkin and 1 butternut squash.
Okay.
So these are all the skins off these. You can go ahead and dump them in.
You know I like to be part of this process.
I know you love to cook. It's so great.
Okay, now what kind of blender is this?
This is a Vitamix, and the best thing about this is that it's gonna make our soup, and it actually has a soup setting. It makes your soup hot, and another way that you could do it is in a blender, and then you can pour it into individual cups and heat those up, or you can do it in a food processor. This just is a one-stop shop for me, and I love it. I'm gonna put it on the hot soup setting, and so as it's going, we're gonna add broth as needed to make it a soup consistency.
Okay.
And then we're gonna add in all of our spices. So for this soup, we're using a little bit of garlic.
Great.
Right? And we're using a tad bit of brown sugar because that's that really yummy pumpkin
Holiday
flavor.
food.
But just a little, not a lot. About a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. And we're gonna do some nutmeg. You wanna put a couple of punches of nutmeg in there.
Is this a punch? Bam!
Bam! One more pinch.
Bam, bam!
Okay, and a little salt.
And then what about pepper?
A little bit of black
Little
pepper.
pepper.
Oh yeah.
And it goes, again, with what you personally like.
Yes, and there's so much nutrition in squash. And pumpkin is considered a squash, and there's so much nutrition in it for people. So we're gonna give it just a little bit more of a blend.
Okay, go.
Can we dance while it's blending? We got it, we got it, we got it. So the best thing is just to have your roasted vegetables. Have a blender, food processor, some vegetable or chicken stock on hand, and you have endless possibilities. There's just the smallest things to get to something healthy and delicious and so kid-friendly. I mean, you say pumpkin soup, and that pumpkin in their head is pie, so you can make pumpkin pie soup.
It's fantastic. So bottom line is a lot of people stress during this time of year about, I've got to go out and I've got to shop and I have to be over-prepared. But what this says is, get some vegetables, prepare a little bit in advance. These are staples that you have anyways.
On hand, right.
And at the end, you get this amazing.
Exactly, because this could have been carrot soup, it could have been potato leek soup. It's all made the same way. You roast your vegetables, add it into your blender, and put a few spices, anything that you want to add into it, and it's done.
I love that. Can I have another sip, please?
Absolutely.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, squash. So good. For more of this recipe, visit Melissa's website, thefresh20.com, and of course, you can find us on Facebook. Can I have some more, please?
We'll get a bowl.
Okay, get a bowl now.